Hello, you're watching NNN, or New Nintendo News. Or this is a gaming show where we keep you up to date with the latest Nintendo related gaming news, and sometimes we also cover PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Don't get to you! Sometimes we do, I hurt my nose. On today's show, PlayStation 5's gone up in price again! Sony have been hitting the headlines recently, and they have come under fire for raising the price of the PlayStation 5 console yet again. How much will it cost you if you want to buy a PlayStation 5 in today's day and age? Stay tuned until after the break and I'll tell you, it's a lot though, it's a lot. And we'll also be discussing a few other small teeny tiny stories because it's a jam-packed show today. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping.
And the jam is...
This is just a quick story, just to let you know that Nintendo have unveiled the Switch 2 user interface. Now, this is kind of a big deal. We all know that the interface for the Nintendo Switch 1 is the most basic thing ever. Basic. Nintendo always justified it by saying that we just want to make sure that our system can run as quickly as possible. We don't want any slowdown. We don't want the menus feeling sluggish. We don't want anything chugging. We just want you to be able to dip in and out of your games seamlessly, quicklessly. That's not even a word. But then the Switch 2 came out and I thought Nintendo's gonna obviously spice it up a little bit. I genuinely thought that we would get like the ability to change the look, maybe Nintendo themes. I just thought Nintendo would give us more than what they have, because Nintendo have not made any changes at all. Do you want to see what the user interface looks like? It's this. No, you're not looking at a Switch 1 screenshot. This is the Switch 2. When you turn on your Switch screen and you are greeted at the menu screen, this is what you'll see. I'm so upset. It's exactly the same. Let's look at some of the changes that Nintendo have made, because there's not many. The game tiles are more rounded now. They used to be a bit more square. That's it. Oh, there are a few new icons. One's game chat. You can see that when you select an icon now, there's like a little bit of colour to it. That's it. Come on, Nintendo. Really let us personalise our systems. Make it like the new 3DS XL. I love the amount of customization that you had on the 3DS XL models. You could change the backgrounds, you could change the themes and everything. Bring that back. Back to life! And Nintendo has finally given us a look at the Nintendo Switch Online app, where you can access all your video games. This looks okay. Look at this. As you can see at the top, you've got you can choose from all the video game consoles. You've got the SNES, NES, GameCube games. I'm so tired. Sorry. This looks better than it did on the current Switch. I hate having to go into each individual Nintendo Switch Virtual Console app. I hate having to do that. Having them all on one page where you can just switch across and it changes all the titles below is better for me. That works better for me. But yeah, anyway, that's it. It's hardly groundbreaking news, but I just thought everyone should have a look. A few months ago, Nike released a pair of Air Max 1s that paid homage to a classic Nintendo video game. That video game in question was Donkey Kong! But to be honest, it wasn't even a collaboration. They're not officially licensed. They're not officially endorsed by Nintendo. You won't find any Nintendo logos on there. Nike ripped off as much as they could as possible without getting sued. I genuinely don't know though how Nintendo have not managed to shut this down, because we all know what Nintendo ninjas are like. Nintendo do not play when it comes to copyright infringement or anyone taking the mick out of their licensing. They will come for you, but they've not come for like. Nike lucky they didn't get shut down. As you can see, the colour theme is based around the Donkey Kong character. You know, you've got the brown, the red for his tie, the yellow soul, it all ties in. I'm not gonna lie, they look nice, they look cool, they look retro. If I could afford them, I would buy a pair. Well, it turns out that Nike have decided to release yet another pair of Nike Air Max 1s that pay homage to another Nintendo video game, a classic Nintendo video game, may I add. This video game appeared on the N64. It is one of the greatest video games of all time. You all know it. The video game that Nike have decided to copyright infringe on with these latest limited edition Nike Air 1 Max trainers it's GoldenEye! Pew, 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 pew. It's GoldenEye. They made a pair of GoldenEye trainers, are you kidding me? Okay, so reading an article on GQ, they've got the latest on the GoldenEye trainers. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at these pictures here and they look sick. I've not actually looked at them properly. I was saving them for this video, but I'm just looking here. You can have a look here. I'm gonna have a look here. If you look at the back, it's got like the little. Do you know like when you get hit on GoldenEye and you want your energy bar? It's got the energy bar on the back. That looks pretty sick, that. Oh my god. So sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the trainers are called Nike Air Max Low Poly Big Head Mode, which is obviously a reference to that cheat that you could type in on GoldenEye and give all the characters big heads. Perfect for getting headshots. Pow, 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 pow. Anyway, right, reading an article on GQ, it says the Gold Accents pay tribute to the N64 game's most powerful and mythical weapon, the Golden Gun. Golden! I hated the Golden Gun. One shot kills you, you're just dead. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. It also says, around the heel, the usual Nike Air branding is now surrounded by a red health bar and a blue armor bar. That's the first thing that I saw. I love that little detail. That's absolutely incredible. It says that the trainers came out on April the 7th. Oh my god, this is an old article. This article's old. It came out on April 7th. Have they sold out? Oh. Well, that's it then. There's no point in reporting on this story. The trainers were released on April the 7th and they were $160 and they've sold out already, so... Moving on. For the last 2 weeks, Nintendo have been the hot topic in the news for releasing video game consoles and video games for what gamers are calling extortionate prices. I keep saying it, but gamers are fuming. They're not happy about it. Well, let's put some fuel on the fire because you're not going to be happy about this one. It looks like Sony's decided to join in Nintendo's fun and enrage gamers all across the world because it has just increased the price of the PlayStation 5 again. They're so expensive now. So reading an article on Games Radar, it says thanks to PlayStation 5's second price hike in less than 3 years, the console is now more expensive than a Nintendo Switch 2 in multiple regions. Oh my god. Sony confirmed in a blog post that it's made the tough decision to raise the recommended retail price of the PlayStation 5 console in select markets in Europe, Middle East and Africa. I'll tell you now, I'm just glad I got mine when I did. Pointing to the backdrop of challenging economic environment, including high inflation and fluctuating exchange rates as the reasons why. Yeah, but Nintendo aren't doing that. Yeah, fair enough, Nintendo put a pause in the Switch 2 pre-orders in America because they said, you know what, we don't even know what's going on with these import tariffs. Donald Trump's going on a madness. But they've still kept the price of the console the same. I can say, yeah, you're right, high inflation rises, tough economic situations, environments, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be putting the cost on to consumers. Just take the hit. Do you know what I mean? Charge it and move on. I mean, to be honest, Nintendo did report that they will be increasing the prices of their video game accessories because of the import tariffs in the US, so... Sorry, Americans. It says specifically the digital edition PlayStation 5 is getting more expensive in Europe, the UK, Australia and New Zealand, while the standard version with the built-in disc drive will see a price increase in Australia and New Zealand. Oh my god. It says as of today in the UK, the digital edition costs £429.99. So it's a lot. It's the same price as the Switch with Mario Kart. It's not okay. That's up from £40 from the previous $389.99 price. This has already gone up once from its launch price of $359.99. The same console now costs €499 in Europe, an increase of €50. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, no disc drive. This console is supposed to be the entry-level console that you will buy if you want to get into the PlayStation 5 ecosystem. It's the cheapest version possible. Why has it gone up to £429? That's it. That's extreme. The console's 5 years old. Like, wow-wee.
I never made Miss Hoover yowie.
And that's all we have time for today. I thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this show. It was a bit of a mad one today. But hey ho, they can't all be sane and sensible. We will be back with another episode of NNN very soon. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.